What's poppin' YouTube? It's your boy D, the Strength Squad General, back in the building with another video. And right now I got you guys in the kitchen with me because all the other rooms in the house is occupied. So this right here is actually the best place for me to record right now and have some peace of mind to be able to talk to you guys without any distractions. Speaking of distractions, I shouldn't be recording right now, but this is the only time that I can because I gotta head out a little later. And my goal is to have got this video out to you guys. And also it's rush hour, and on top of that, the kids will be walking home from school, so I'm gonna do my best to overpower all of the distractions in the background so that I can get this message to you guys. But anyway, y'all, based on my last video, I appreciate all the feedback that we got on that video too about me being a lone wolf, you know what I'm saying, and my travels of life and why I choose to be a lone wolf and why I'm okay with being a lone wolf. And I told you guys I would come through with a part 2 regarding not having any friends. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to, like, to some degree I was heading in that direction in that video, but I wanted to actually make a separate video specifically about not having any friends and why I don't have any friends and where it all came from, the backstory. This is not a pity party type of video, so I do want you guys to know that the whole goal is to create points, make points in the video, but I do have to kind of touch on some of the history, and I know a lot of you guys can relate. Some of you guys may not be able to relate for the simple fact that some of y'all may actually grew up in decent conditions. You may have grew up having family who really rock with you, love you, and stuff like that. We'll get into that. But some of you guys may be able to relate to me when it comes to being brought up in an environment that was a lot more challenging in the house, in the crib, as well as my experience being out and about in these so-called streets. But anyway, you guys, yes, as you can see, the title is what it is. I have no friends, you feel me? I'm not going to say that I don't have family, because I do have family. My family is small, and my family consists of you guys too as well, you feel me? So I do have family. My family is hand selected. My family is hand picked. It is not just by blood, no. My family is hand selected. Whoever it is that I feel deems fit to, you know, be in my circle, who I can feel comfortable around, who I can trust, then that is who I consider family. You guys are considered family. Anybody that you see around me is considered family, but for the most part, the majority of my family is not blood. You feel me? So anyway, I don't have friends, and I prefer to kind of keep it that way. I don't have family, barely have family, and I kind of prefer to keep it that way. Let me explain. All right, so growing up in my household, I'm not gonna get super in depth. I'm just gonna again make some points. But growing up in my household, it was toxic. The environment was super toxic. It was beyond toxic, to be real with you guys. It was everybody against everybody, and the ones who actually taught everybody to be against each other, meaning I have 2 sisters, right? So I have 2 sisters, one 3 years older than me, the other one 3 years younger than me, and we was basically taught to go to war with each other. You know what I'm saying? We was taught to go to war with each other. We was taught to basically have animosity against each other. We was pretty much put in the battlefield to fight amongst each other, and the ones who headlined the whole drama was my father. The ones who put us in that lion's den to basically chop each other's heads off was my father. He was the architect of all of the drama that we had in my crib. I'm not going to get too much into talking about my mom, but I'm just going to say altogether, the environment was bad, and there was really no place that you could run to in the crib, nobody you could run to in the family. There was no safe space. There was nobody that you could talk to help get through the hardship, to, you know, counsel us or nothing like that. We tried counseling once, believe it or not, and that didn't work. Pretty much arguments breaking out in front of the counselors, starting with my father, you feel me? So anyway, in a nutshell, before I could actually learn how cold the world could do you, I learned it at home. You know what I mean? So before, like, I had a head start beyond people who basically may have learned that friends hardly exist out here in life, and you discover that among your journey. Friends are an illusion. You feel what I'm saying? The average person that is considered a friend is an illusion. It is not real. It's false. No matter how much they smile in your face, it's an illusion. So again, I had a head start in my own household before I actually went into the world, going to school, being outside. I had a head start before even experiencing who's for me, who's not with me, who's, you know what I'm saying, all of that, who's weird. I got a chance to see how weird it is in house. I got a chance to see how weird it is in house. Like, I was prepped to see how weird the world was in advance by seeing how weird the world was in my own home. You feel what I'm saying? By seeing how weird my own dad was in my own home. By seeing how weird all of the energy around me was before I actually stepped foot into the world, to see how even more weird the world can actually be. You know what I'm saying? I actually got a chance to see that. I mean, of course, as family, that we're not friends, but at the same time, there was no actual love shown at home. You know what I'm saying? No actual love shown. If anything, I was taught hate by the ones who's supposed to, quote unquote, love. I was taught that I'm nothing. I was taught that my life is pretty much worthless by my own family, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I know, like I say, I know some of you guys may not be able to relate because you probably have no experience of this, which is, you know, good for you. Nobody should have to experience it. Nobody should have to have these type of conversations. But for the ones who have experienced a similar life, a lifestyle, growing up in a toxic environment where your family was your number one worst people to be around, you know what I mean, who taught you before going into the world how you're not accepted even in your home, let alone not being accepted when you step foot out of the house and have to learn from the rest of the world, bro, that these people out here is just weird and not for you. People who you think is so-called your friends, you first learn at home who is not your family before you actually can step foot in the world. Think you have friends, you actually have a one-up before you step foot in the streets by seeing how you're treated at home. You feel me? Not to make this a venting session, this is not that, this is more so to make a point. But if anything, I learned that no matter how cold the streets have ever done me, it never outweighed, bro. And I've seen a lot of stuff outside, bro. I've seen a lot of stuff, but any dirt that anyone has done to me that isn't blood, bro, none of it outweighed the dirt that has been done to me by blood, bro. So that should just let you know off the gate, off the rip, that I'm not accepting regular random people into my life, especially if you're calling yourself a friend, because at home, you feel what I'm saying? At home, I was not nurtured. At home, I was not loved. At home, I was hated. At home, I was taught hate. At home, I was taught to feud with your family. At home, I was taught a lot of different things. Like I said, I'm not going to get into it. But if anything, it prepared me for how to brace myself out here in life. You feel me? By what it is that I saw at home. But again, going back to my point, I've seen a lot of different weird things. I've seen a lot of people do heinous things, harsh things, mistreat each other. When you turn on the news, you already know what it is. But I've seen a lot of things with my naked eye. I've been mistreated. I've been, for the most part, it's been by so-called friends, not even just regular strangers, but so-called friends are the ones who actually did me cruddy, who did me dirty. People who I've been hanging around for a long time have done me dirty. My bad, y'all, I'm recording on the Sony. If you know, me and my Sony don't get along. The only reason why I'm recording on this, it cut off too, by the way, y'all, but the only reason why I'm recording on this is because I don't understand what's going on with my new camera, and we gotta still get this work done. But anyway, I'm not sure where the camera cut off, but I'm gonna do my best to try to finish this video, get this video out to you guys, get this content out to you guys. But again, I could pick the worst situation, the worst scenario, the worst experience that I've had outside, and none of it outweighed how harsh it was at home, bro. The mistreatment from my own father, bro. The mistreatment from my own father, because it set the tone, bro. It's like, no matter how bad the world can do you, that's one aspect of it. You can grow beyond that. But when your own family do you dirty, bro, that's a little bit harder to shake as you grow, because that's not supposed to happen. You're not supposed to be hated by your father. You're not supposed to be by your mom. You're not supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? They're supposed to have your back. If anything, if your father mistreats you, or if your father do you dirty and this, that, and the third, you're supposed to be able to go to your mom. She's supposed to, you know what I'm saying, have conversations with him, or stop it, or take you out of that situation. No. You feel what I'm saying? None of that was the case. I had no choice but to be in the environment where hate was shoved down my face and drilled in my face every single day. So it prepared me to see how the world can be to you if my own family showed me how they can be to me. You feel me? So anyway, let's fast forward now. I'm outside, I'm in the streets, and I'm damn near friends with everybody. I'm damn near friends with everybody. I mean, of course, you know, when you grow up on the block, you grow up outside, you know, you're going to know pretty much, you're going to get familiar with everybody outside. But I'm not gonna say off rip, I thought they were all my friends. Some people, you know, their energies was a little bit weirder, but the ones that I did gravitate towards and become so-called friends with, for the most part, I'm just gonna say you learn to find out that not everybody that you hang around is really your friend. Not everybody you hang around is your friend. Not everybody that you hang around has your best interest at heart. Not everybody that you hang around rock with you for real. Not everybody that you hang around is solid, bro. And for some people, you probably could see those red flags. Other people, not so much. Other people, you like, I put my trust, like I know for a fact. I knew for a fact that most of the people that I was hanging around that I did accept and hung around for years. Some people hung around for years, bro. Come to find out later on, bro, these people are really not for me. Come to find out that for the most part, I really had to back away from these people because I realized, bro, y'all really ain't got my back. Y'all really don't rock with me like that. Y'all really don't rock with each other like that. Y'all hang, like, I removed myself from those environments, and many times the people that I was hanging with, bro, for the most part, they didn't like each other, bro. They didn't like each other, yet they meet up and they hang out and they go to the clubs and party and do all that together, but the whole time they hating on each other, bro. They hating on each other. So I could see that, and it made sense that I was able to see myself being in a position where I would eventually experience the same exact thing that I was seeing my peers among each other, how they were to each other. You know what I'm saying? Friends in each other's faces, but stabbing each other behind their back, bro. And so, you know, for me, I'm like, this is a cold world, bro. This is really like, this is a cold world. The average person that you hang around is not your friend. I'm telling you, I promise you. In my last video, I told you guys nobody has 10 best friends. And 9 times out of 10, if you have a friend, you had to go through 100 people to actually find out that only maybe 1 or 2 is actually your friend. You had to go through 100 people to actually discover that out of the 100 people that you're thinking are your friends, only 1 or 2 is actually for you. The other 98, they don't really fool with you, bro. But you're thinking the whole time that at least, you know what I'm saying, more than half of the people that I hang around that I'm associated with, who I think is a friend, who I brought into my home, who I've introduced to my family, who I've broke bread with, bro. Who I've introduced to my family, who I broke bread with, who no way in the world this person would ever do me foul. But then I had to remember, I was reminded, look at how your own blood did you. Look at how your own family do you. You feel me? So what makes you think that a stranger, a random stranger that you just met a year or 2 or 5 years ago wouldn't do you cold neither? So over a period of time, I started to put it all together, and I started realizing, bro, the average person that you hang around is not your friend, bro. The average person that you meet, that you embrace, they are not, you'll find out later on in life that they're not for you. And so that's one of the reasons why I don't have friends. That's one of the reasons why I choose to not have friends. That's one of the reasons why I kind of, you know, have the stiff arm approach when it comes to people, for the simple fact that I don't trust nobody. You know what I'm saying? Or barely, like, I'm not going to say nobody, anybody who's in my circle, in my safe space, then of course it makes sense. But the average person that you come across, the average person that you meet in life, the average person that smiles on your face, the average person who you think is your friend is not your friend. Out of 100 people, I promise you, you gotta go through at least 100 people to discover 1 or 2 actual friends. The first 10 people that you meet that shake hands with you, you know what I'm saying? The first 10 people, I promise you, maybe none of them are really fucking with you. The average person that smiles on your face, the average person that you hang around, the average person that you go to the clubs and party with, the average person that smiles in your face does not rock with you. They don't fuck with you. I promise you. I promise you. And so for me, I'm good on trying to sift through people's energies to try to figure out who's for me and who's not with me. Again, piggybacking off of my last video. So for me, I choose to, you know what I'm saying, do me, stay in my space. I choose to stick to myself. I choose to travel, you know what I'm saying, solo when it comes to me navigating my way out here, for the simple fact that I realize that the world will burn you, bro. The average person will burn you. This is a dog eat dog world, bro. We live in a world full of sharks. Again, it's a dog eat dog world. Again, I'm not saying that you can't make friends. I'm not saying that good people don't exist. I consider myself a good person. That's one of the reasons why I don't gravitate towards all energies, because I'm trying to protect mine. And I know a lot of you guys can relate. I'm trying to protect my good energy. I'm trying to protect the positive world that I do currently live in. Despite all of the negative experiences and everything that I talk to you guys, I currently live in a positive world, for the simple fact that in my mind, in my world, I created this world where it is comprised of nothing but positive vibes. And so I'm a lone wolf, for the simple fact that I want nothing but positive vibes around me. I want nothing but positivity around me. And I realized that the average person that you meet, shake hands with, the average person is negative. The average person that want to be friends to you, they may pick up on your good energy, but sometimes those people are negative and they may gravitate towards your light. But ultimately, the moment you become too attached with a so-called friend, their goal is to pull you down, bro. Their goal is to bring you down. And so for me, My mentality is to walk out the house with intentions, set the tone for my day with the intentions of being positive, bro. And I don't need too many energies, too many negative energies around me. I'm good on that. You feel me? I don't need no negativity in my face, bro. I don't need to be around nobody negative. My goal is to be positive. And I realize that it's better to, you know, move alone. It's better to move light than to travel with a lot of luggage. You feel what I'm saying? Trying to hold on to all of these friends is like going to the airport with 10 luggage bags, bro. You know how hard it is? Yeah, you may have a lot of things in that bag, but at the same time, it's hard. You feel me? It's easier to travel light, bro. It's easier to travel in life light. The same way you go to the airport, bro. The same way it's so much easier for you to just have that one baggage, bro. That one luggage that you take with you on the plane, as opposed to 10 whole baggages, bro. You realize that it's so much harder when you have so much baggage that weighs you down. You realize that the baggage will weigh you down the more so-called friends that you think you have in life, bro. And so I know a lot of people may disagree with my perspective, but it's cool. You feel me? Come through in the comments, chop it up, share your thoughts. And this is just pretty much me. I'm going to keep the video brief because I'm having some issues with my camera. It's been cutting off on and off. I haven't been really telling y'all outside of the first time I told you guys, but it happened a few more times and I didn't mention it. So I'm going to actually exit the video. Come through in the comments, man. Share your thoughts. Again, this is a positive vibe community. And again, I didn't want to go too in detail, at least not in this video, about a lot of the experiences from home and things like that. My goal is not to drag nobody in the mud or nothing like that. I just spill my truth. I speak my truth. So, you know, if we can keep it positive, let's not send no negative comments to anybody who I mentioned in this video or nothing like that. This is not to bash nobody. It's to keep it positive. It's to keep it real. It's to keep it authentic, and it's to create a conversations that a lot of people hold within. That's the reason why I do these videos, is because a lot of people carry that baggage, they carry that hurt, that pain, they keep it in. And that's why you see the world in the position that it's in right now. That's why you see so many people having mental health issues, because a lot of people don't know how to get that pain out. They don't know how to deal with that pain. They don't know how to talk about it. And so for me, I want this platform to be where we could talk about it. I share my experiences, but ultimately we keep it positive and we bring everything to a perspective of saying, you know, the goal is to change for the better. You feel me? But we're going to have real talks and real conversations. This will conclude the video. Don't forget to like the video if you appreciated it. It's real. I know it's one of those controversial ones. I know a lot of people, some people may agree, but 9 times out of 10, the ones who agree with me are the ones who have a similar backstory as mine. You know what I mean? Or just to have an understanding from a different point of view. You feel me? Again, come through in the comments, man. Let's chop it up. I appreciate all the engagement. Even if your opinion is different than mine, don't be reluctant to share your opinion. Not everybody is going to agree with me. I don't want everybody to agree with me. I don't want everybody to have to see things my way. I welcome you guys' differences. You feel me? If you guys have a different perspective, different angle that you want to, you know, share in the comments, and come through, let's engage, but let's keep it positive above all. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notification bell. That way, every single time we come through this content, you guys will get it. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Peace and blessings. One love, stream.